Chapter 4 Animal Kingdom. When you look around, you will observe different animals with different structures and forms. As over a million species of animals have been described till now, the need of classification become all the more important. The classification also help in assigning a systematic position to newly described species. Basis of classification. In spite of difference in structures and form of different animals, there are fundamental features common to various individuals in relation to the arrangement of cells, body symmetry, nature of column, pattern of digestive, circulatory, or res- reproductive system. These features are used as the basis of animal classification, and some of them are discussed here. Level of organization. To all members of Animalia are multicellular. All of them do not exhibit the same pattern of organization of cells. For example, in sponges, the cells are arranged are loose cells aggregation, that is, they exhibit cellular level of organization. Some divisions of labor activities occurs among the cells. In coelenterate, the arrangement of cell is more complex. Here, the cell performing the same functions are arranged into tissue. Hence, is called tissue level of organization. A still higher level organization, that is organ level, is exhibited by members of platyhelminths and other higher phyla, where tissue are grouped together to form organ. Is specialized for a particular function. In animals like annelid, arthropods, mollusks, echinoderms, and chordates, organs are associated to form functional system. Each system is concerned with a specific physiological function. This pattern is called organ system level of organization. Organ system is different groups of animals exhibit various patterns of complexities. For example, the digestive system in platyhelminths has only a single opening to the outside of the body that serves as both mouth and anus, and is hence called incomplete. A complete digestive system has two opening, mouth and anus. Similarly, the circulatory systems may be of two types. Open type, in which the blood is pumped out of the heart and the cells and tissue are directed but in it. Closed type, in which the blood is circulated through a series of vessels of varying diameters, arteries, veins, and capillaries. Symmetry. Animals can be categorized on the basis of their symmetry. Sponges are mostly asymmetrical, that is, any plane that passes through the center does not divide them into equal halves. When any plane passing through the central axis of the body divides the organism into two identical halves, it is called a radial symmetry. Coelenterate, ctenophores, and echinoderms have these kinds of body plane. Animals like annelids, arthropods, etc., where the body can be divided into the identical left and right halves in only one plane, exhibit bilateral symmetry. Diploblastic and triploblastic organism. Animal in which the cells are aggregated into two embryonic layers and external ectoderms and internal endoderms are called a diploblastic animal. Example, coelenterate and undifferentiated layer. Mesoglia is present in between the ectoderms and the endoderms. Those animals in which the developing embryo has a third germinal layer, mesoderms, in between the ectoderms and endoderms are called a triploblastic animal. Platyhelminths to chordates. Column. Presence or absence of cavity between the body wall and the gut wall is very important in classification. The body cavity, which is lined by mesoderms, is called column. Animals possessing column are called coelomate. Example, annelids, mollusks, arthropods, echinoderms, hemichordates, and chordates. In some animals, the body cavity is not lined by mesoderms. Instead, the mesoderms is present as scattered pouches in between the ectoderms and endoderms. Such a body cavity is called a pseudocoelom, and animals possess them are called pseudocoelomate. Example, Aschelminths. The animals in which the body cavity is absent are called acoelomate. Example, Platyhelminths. Segmentation. In some animals, the body is external and internally divided into segments with a serial repetitions of at least some organs. For example, in earthworm, the body shows this pattern called metameric segmentations, and the phenomenon is known as metamerism. Notochord. Notochord is mesodermally derived rod-like structures formed on the dorsal side during embryonic development. In some animals, animals with notochord are called chordate, and those animals which do not form these structures are called non-chordate. Example, Porifera to echinoderms. Classification of animal. The broad classification of animals based on the common fundamental features as mentioned in the preceding sections is given in figure 4.4. Kingdom, level of organization, symmetry, body, cavity or column, phylum. Kingdom. Animalia, multicellular, level of organization, cellular level, tissue level, organ system level. Symmetry, most asymmetrical, radial and bilateral. Body cavity of coelomet, acoelomet with body cavity, acoelomet with false coelom, pseudocoelomet with true coelomet. Phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, Cnidaria, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, Calmithes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Chordata. Figure 4.4. Broad classification of kingdom Animalia based on common fundamental features. The important characteristic features of the different phyla are described. Phylum Porifera. Members of this phylum are commonly known as sponges. They are generally marine and mostly asymmetric animals. They are primitive multicellular animals and have cellular level of organization. Sponges have a water transport or canal system. Water enters through node spores, ostia in the body wall into a central cavity. Spongocoel form where it goes out through the osculum. This pathway of water transport is helpful in food gathering, respiratory exchange and removal of waste. Conocytes or collar cells line the spongocoel and the canals. Digestion is intercellular. The body is supported by a skeletal made of spicules or spongia fibers. Sexes are not separated. Hermaphrodite. Example, eggs and sperms are produced by the same individual. Sponges reproduce asexually by fragmentation and sexually by forming of gametes. Fertilization is internal and development is indirect, having a larva stage which is morphologically distinct from the adult. Phylum Coelenterata. Cnidaria. They are aquatic, mostly marine, cilial or free swimming, rarely asymmetrical animals. Figure 4.6. The name Cylindria is derived from the nidoblast or nidocyte, which contain the stinging capsule or nematocyst present on the tentacles and the body. Nidoblasts are used for anchorage, defense, and for the capture of prey. Cnidarians exhibit tissue level of organization and diploblastic. They have a central gastrovascular cavity with a single opening mouth and hypostome. Digestion is extracellular and intercellular. Some of the cnidarians, example corals, have a skeletal composed of calcium carbonate. Cnidarians exhibit two basis body forms called polyps and medusa. The former is a sessile and cnidarical form like Hydra, Adamsia, etc., whereas the latter is umbrella shaped and free swimming like Aurelia or jellyfish. Those cnidarians which exist in both forms exhibit alternation of generation metagenesis, that is, polyps produce medusa asexually and medusa form the polyps sexually. For example, Oblea. Example of phylum Coelenterata. Physalia, Portuguese man of war. Adamsia, sea anemone. Pinnatula, sea pen. Gorgonia, sea fan. And Mandrina, brain coral. Phylum Ctenophora. Ctenophores, commonly known as sea walnuts or comb jellies, are exclusively marine. Radial symmetrical diploplastic organisms with tissue level of organization. The body bears 8 external row of ciliated complets which help in locomotion, digestion in both extracellular and intracellular bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. The property of the living organism to emit light is well marked in ctenophores. Sexes are not separated. Reproduction takes place only by sexual means. Fertilization is external with indirect development. Example: Leurobrassia and Tinoplana. Phylum Platyhelminths. They have dorsoventrical flattened body, hence are called flatworms. These are mostly endoparasites found in animals, including human beings. Flatworms are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic and aqualimid animal with organ level of organization. Hooks and suckers are present in the parasite forms. Some of them absorb nutrients, forms, and the host directly through their body surface. Specialized cells called flame cells help in osmoregulations and excretion. Sexes are not separated. Fertilization is internal and development is through many larva stages. Some members like Planaria possess high regeneration capacity. Example: Tinea tapeworm, Fasciola liverflux. Phylum Aschelminths. The body of the Aschelminth is circular in cross section, hence the name roundworm. They may be free-living, aquatic, and terrestrial or parasitic in plants and animals. Roundworms have organ system level of body organization. They are bilaterally asymmetrical, triploblastic, and pseudocoelomate. Animals' alimentary canal is complete with a well-developed muscular pharynx. An excretory tube removes body waste from the body cavity through the excretory pore. Sexes are separated. Dioecious, that is, male and female are distinct. Often females are longer than males. Fertilization is internal and development may be direct. The young one resemble the adult or indirect. Example: Ascaris roundworm, Wucheria, filaria worm, Ascohelminths hookworm. Phylum Aschelminths. Phylum Annelida. They may be aquatic, marine, and freshwater, or terrestrial, free-living, and sometimes parasitic. They exhibit organ system level of body organization and bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic, metamerically segmented, and coelomate animals. Their body surface is distinctly marked out into segments or metameres, and hence the phylum name Annelida, Latin annulus, little ring, figure 4.11. They possess longitudinal and circular muscles which help in locomotion. Aquatic annelids like Nereis possess lateral appendages, Parapodia, which help in swimming. A closely circulatory system is present. Nephridia Nephridium help in osmoregulations and excretion. Neural systems consist of paired ganglia, single ganglion connected by lateral nerve to a double ventricle nerve cord. Nereis, an aquatic form, is dioecious. Both earthworms and leeches are monoecious. Reproduction is sexual. Example: Nereis, Parenchyma earthworm, and Hirudinaris, blood-sucking leech. Phylum Arthropoda. This is largest phylum of animal which includes insects. Over two-thirds of all named species on earth are arthropods. They have organ system level of organization. They are bilateral, symmetrical, triploblastic, segmented, and coelomate animals. The body of arthropods is covered by the chitinous exoskeleton. The body consists of head, thorax, and abdomen. They have jointed appendages. Arthros joint, poda, appendages. Respiratory organs are gills, book lungs, or tracheal system. Circulatory system is of one type. Sensory organ like antenna, eyes, compound, and simple. Statocyst or balancing organ are present. Excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules. They are mostly dioecious. Fertilization is usually internal. They are mostly oviparous. Development may be direct or indirect. Example: economically important insect: aphids, honeybee, bombyx, silkworm, Lucifer, like insect, vector, Anopheles, clucks and Aedes, mosquitoes, gregarious pests, locusts, loc- locusts, living fossil, limulus, king crab. Phylum Mollusca. This is the second largest animal phylum. Figure 4.18. Mollusks are terrestrial or aquatic, marine or freshwater, having an organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastics, and coelomate animals. Body is covered by a calcareous shell and is unsegmented with a distinct hairs, muscular port, and visceral hump. A soft and spongy layer of skin forms a mantle over the visceral hump. The space between the hump and the mantle is called the mantle cavity, in which feather-like gills are present. They have respiratory and excretory functions. The antral head region has sensory tentacles. The mouth contains a file-like rasping organ for feeding called radula. Phylum Echinodermata. These animals have an endoskeleton of calcareous ossicles and hence the name Echinodermata. Spiny bodies. Figure 4.40. All the all are marine with organ system level of organization. The adult echinoderms are radially asymmetrical, but larvae are bilateral asymmetrical. They are triploblastics and coelomate animals. Digestive system is complete and with mouth on the lower ventral side and anus on the upper dorsal side. The most distinctive features of echinoderms is the presence of water vascular systems which help in locomotion, captures and transport of food, and respiration. All excretory systems is absent. Sexes are separated. Reproduction is sexual. Fertilization is usually external. Development is indirect with free swimming larvae. Example: Asteria, starfish, Echinus, C. urchinia, Antedon, C. Lea, Cucumaria, C. cucumber, and Ophiura, brittle star. Phylum Hemichordata. Hemichordata was earlier considered as a subphylum under phylum Chordata, but now it is placed as a separate phylum under non-Chordata. Hemichordata have a rudimentary structures in the collar region called stomochord, a structure similar to notochord. This phylum consists of a small group of worm-like marine animals with organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastics, and coelomate animals. The body is cylindrical and is composed of an anterior proboscis, a collar, and a long trunk. Figure 4.15. Circulatory system is of open type. Respiration takes place through gills. Excretory organs is proboscis gland. Sex is a separated. Fertilization is external. Development is indirect. Example: Balanoglossus and Saccoglossus. Animals belonging to phylum Chordata are fundamentally characterized by the presence of a notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, and paired pharyngeal gill sites. Figure 4.16. These are bilateral symmetrical triploblastic coelomates with organ system level of organization. They possess a post-anal tail and a closed circulatory system. Figure 4.1 present a comparison of silent features of chordates and non-chordate. Table 4.1. Comparisons of chordates and non-chordates. Figure 4.16. Chordates characteristics: nerve cord, notochord, post-anal part, gill slides. Chordates, non-chordate. Notochord present, notochord absent. Central nervous system is dorsal. Central nervous system is ventral, hollow and single and double. Pharynx performed by gill sides. Gill sides are absent. Heart is ventricle. Heart is dorsal. If present, a post-anal part still is present. Post-anal tail is absent. Phylum Chordata is divided into three subphyla: Urochordata or Tunicata, Cephalochordata and vertebrata. Subphyla Urochordata and Cephalochordata are often referred to as protochordates, figure 4.17, and are exclusively marine. Urochordata notochord is present only in larva's tail, while in Cephalochordata it extends from head to tail region and persistent throughout their life. Example Urochordata, Acidia, Salfa, Doliolum, Cephalochordata, Brachiostoma, Amphioxus, or Lanceolate. The members of subphylum Vertebrata possess notochord during the embryonic period. The notochord is replaced by a cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in the adult. Thus, all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Besides the basis chordate characters, vertebrates have a ventral muscular heart with 2, 3, or 4 chambers, kidney for excretions and osmoregulations, and paired appendages which may be fins or limbs. Vertebra division: Agnatha, Gnatostomata, lack of jaw, beard jaw. Classes: Cyclostomata, Pisces, bear fins. Tetrapods, bear limbs. Classes: Chondricites, Osteichthyes. Classes: Amphibian, reptiles, aves. Classes: Cyclostomata. All living members of this class Cyclostomata are ectoparasites on some fishes. They have an elongated body bearing 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits for respiration. Cyclostomes have a sucking and circular mouth without jaw. Their body is devoid of scales and paired fins. Cranium and vertebral columns are cartilaginous. Circulation is of closed type. Cyclostomes are marine but migrate for swimming to fresh water. After swimming within a few days, they die. Their larvae, after metamorphosis, return to the ocean. Example: Petromyxon and Myxine. Class: Chondricites. They are marine animals with streamlined body and have cartilaginous endoskeleton. Figure 4.19. Mouth is located ventrically. Notochord is present throughout life. Gill slits are separated and without operculum gill cover. The skin is dough containing minute placoid scales. Teeth are modified placoid scales which are backwardly directed. Their jaws are very powerful. These animals are predaceous due to the absence of air bladder. They have to swim constantly to avoid sinking. Heart is of two chambers, one auricle and one ventricle. Some of them have electric organs, example torpedo, and some possess poison sting, example trigone. They are cold-blooded poikilothermous animals that is they lack the capacity to regulate their body temperature. Sexes are separated in male pelvis pines, bears, claspers. They have internal fertilizations and many of them are viviparous. Examples: Scoliodon, dogfish, pristine shawfish, Carcharodon, great white shark, Trigone stingray. Class: Osteocytes. Osteocytes. It includes both marine and freshwater fishes with bony endoskeleton. Their body is streamlined, mouth is mostly terminal. Figure 4.20. They have 4 pairs of gills which are covered by an operculum on each side. Skin is covered with cycloid tenoid scale. Air bladder is present which regulate buoyancy. Heart is two-chambered, one auricle and one ventricle. They are cold-blooded animals. Sexes are separated. Fertilization is usually external. They are mostly oviparous and development is direct. Example: marine exocoitus, flying fish, hippocampus, seahorse, freshwater, labio, rohu, cutla, clarius, mugger, aquarium, beta, fighting fish, pteridophyllum, angelfish. Class amphibians, as the name indicates, GRMP, dole, bios life, dual life. Amphibians can live in aquatic as well as terrestrial habitats. Most of them have two pairs of limbs. Body is divided into head and trunk. Tail may be present in some. The amphibian skin is mostly without scales. The eyes have eyelids. A tympanum represents the ear. Alimentary canal, urinary and reproductive tracts opens into a common chamber called coca, which opens to the exterior. Respiration is by gills, lungs, and through skin. The heart is three-chambered, two auricles and one ventricles. They are cold-blooded animals. Sexes are separated. Fertilization is external. They have oviparous and development is indirect. Example: buffalo, toad, rana, frog, hyla, tree frog, salamandra, salamander, Ishtai, limbless amphibian. Classes reptile. The class name refer to their creeping or crawling mode of locomotion, Latin repair or repute to creep or crawl. They are mostly terrestrial animals and their body is covered by dry and coniferous skin, epidermal scales or scutes. They do not have external ear opening. Tympanum represent ear, limbs. When present are two pairs. Heart is usually three chambers but four chambered in crocodile. Reptiles are equilotherms. Snakes and lizards shed their scales as skin casts. Sexes are separated. Fertilization is internal. They are oviparous and development is indirect. Example: Ceylon turtle, testoad, tortoise, chameleon, tree lizard, calots, garden lizard, crocodilus, crocodile, alligator. Class Aves. The characteristic features of Aves birds are the presence of feathers, and most of them can fly except flightless bird, example ostrich. They possess beak, figure 4.23. The forelimbs are modified into wings. The hind limbs generally have scales and are modified for walking, swimming, or clasping. The tree branches skin is dry without glands except the oil glands at the base of the tail. Endoskeleton is fully ossified, bony, and the long bones are hollow with air cavities. Pneumatic. The digestive tract of birds has additional chamber. The crop and gizzard heart is completely four-chambered. They are warm-blooded homoiothermous animals, that is, they are able to maintain a constant body temperature. Respiration is by lungs, ear sac connected to lungs supplements respiration. Sexes are separated. Fertilization is internal. They are oviparous and development is direct. Example: crow. Class mammalian. They are found in a various of habitats: polar ice caps, desert, mountain, forest, grasslands, and dark caves. Some of them have adapted to fly or live in water. The most unique mammalian character is the presence of milk-producing glands, mammary glands, by which the young ones are nourished. They have two pairs of limbs adapted for walking, running, climbing, burrowing, swimming, or flying. The skin of mammals is unique in possessing hairs, external ear or pinna are present. Different types of teeth are present in the jaw. Heart is four-chambered. They are homoiothermous. Respiration is by lungs. Sexes are separated and fertilization is internal. They are viviparous with few exceptions and development is direct. Example: pata nahi, camel. Silent features of different phyla in the animal kingdom: Porifera, level of organization, cellular symmetry, various column, absent, segmentation absent, digestive system absent, circulatory system absent, respiratory system absent, digestive features, body with pores and canal is involved. Cylinder data, level of organization, tissue, symmetry, radial, column absent, segment absent, digestive system incomplete, circulatory system absent, respiratory system absent, digestion, cyanoblast present, tinopora, level of organization, tissue, symmetry, radial, column absent, segment absent, digestive system incomplete, circulatory system absent, respiratory system absent, digestive features complete for locomotion. That element is organ, level of organization, organ and organ system. Symmetry bilateral, column absent, segment absent, digestive system incomplete, circulatory system absent, respiratory system absent, digestion, flat body, suckers. Ask element is body organization, organ system, symmetry bilateral, column pseudo columnate, segment absent, digestive system incomplete, circulatory system absent, respiration absent, annelida, organ system bilateral, columnate present, complete present absent. Summary: the basic fundamental features such as level of organization, symmetry, cells, organizations, coelom, segment, notochord, etc. have enabled us to broadly classify the animal kingdom. Beside the fundamental features, there are many other distinctive characters which are specific for each phylum or class. Prolifera includes multicellular animals which exhibit cellular level of organization and have characteristic flagellated conocytes. The coelenterate have tentacles and bear nidoblasts. They are mostly aquatic, sessile or fresh floating. The ctenophores are marine animals with complex. The platyhelminths have flat body and exhibit bilateral symmetry. The parasite forms short distinct suckers and hooks asymmetry. Aschelminths are pseudocolumnates and include parasites as well as non-parasite round. Annelids are metamerically segmented animals with a true column. The arthropods are the most abundant group of animals characterized by the presence of joint appendages. The mollusks have a soft body surrounding by an external calcareous shell. The body is covered with external skeleton made of chitin. The echinoderms possess a spiny skin. Their most distinctive features is the presence of water vascular system. The hemochordates are a small group of worm-like marine animals. They have a cylindrical body with proboscis, collar and trunks. Phylum chordate include animals which possess a notochord either throughout or during early embryonic life. Other common features observed in the chordates are the dorsal hollow nerve cord and paired pharyngeal tail sides. Some of the vertebrates do not possess jaw, agnath, where most of them possess jaw. Ganotomata. Aganatha is represented by a class Psilotomata. They are the most primitive chordates and are ectoparasites on fishes. Ganotomata have two superclasses species and tetrapoda classes, chondrichites and osteocytes, bear spines for locomotion and are grouped under species. The chondrichites are fishes with cartilaginous endoskeleton and marine. Classes amphibians, reptiles, aves, and mammals have two pairs of limbs and are thus grouped under tetrapods. The amphibians have adapted to live both on land and water. Reptiles are characterized by the presence of the dry and conformed skin. Limbs are absent in snakes, fishes, amphibians, and reptiles are poikilodermous, cold-blooded. Aves are warm-blooded animals with feathers on their body and form limbs modified into wings for flying. Hind limbs are adapted for walking, swimming, preaching, or clapping. The aquatic features of mammals are the presence of mammary glands and hairs on the skin. They commonly exhibit viviparity.